because they are not obligated to go there, because some of them cannot go because the parent don't permit them to go. And for that reason, they have to prepare a plan for people who can go. Yeah.
Okay, because in Mexico we'll start to the class with the class.
They are not obligated to go there because some of them cannot go because the parent don't permit them to go. And for that reason,
Okay, because in Mexico we'll start to the class.
what happened?
It's a phone cell.
Something happened.
Okay.
And now, better?
Better now. I'm sorry. What's the Facebook? When I start Facebook Live, start the sound again. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, then we go to start, or if you want, wait 5 minutes, or as you want.
I don't know. There, she wants to start now or wait for 5 minutes.
Okay, we can do that, no problem. Okay, well, because we are now in Facebook too, then it's better if we start now. Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for to be with us today again. We are very happy today because we are with very, very important persons, very interesting, great friends. Esther Alvarez Bolaños from Mexico. Hi, Esther. Good afternoon from Mexico. And our dear friend too, Ramon Hernandez from Brazil, Venezuelan, living in Brazil. Okay? Yes?
Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend.
And of course, our friend Magdi. Hi, Magdi. Good evening for us because it's now in Egypt too. Okay, Anthony. Hi. Good evening. It's Rosabel. And I'm sorry if I beg your name. I don't know what is it.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Okay, well, today.
Hello, Anthony.
Hi, Anthony. Good afternoon.
Hi, Anthony.
Okay, then we will start today with our friend Esther and Ramon. They will speak about Mexico, yes?
Yes.
Okay, then I got to share the screen that you can connect your PowerPoint.
Yes.
Okay, really.
It is a pleasure today with you to talk about my country, Mexico. Our country, Elizabeth. Our country. Thank you for the invitation to participate in this webinar, Mexico, Color, Contrast, and Diversity. Greetings to those who follow us on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining us. So I am going to start by sharing screen.
Okay.
Yes. Well, I am Esther Alvarez Bolaños, a Mexican teacher who loves her country and believes that it can be better. Excuse me, my presentation got stuck. One moment, please.
Yes, no problem. sometimes this happens and it's okay.
Yes. A few years ago, in a cultural exchange with the Dominican Republic at the gala at the Theater of Bellas Artes in Mexico City, with the folkloric ballet of Amalia Hernandez. While the show was developing with great emotion and as the dancer appeared, I shared it with our guests. Look, that is the deer dance and it is from Sonora. Those costumes and that music are from Chihuahua. Now the dances from Colima come. That dance and those dresses are from Veracruz. Those dances are from Oaxaca. And that is the dance of the iguana from Guerrero. And now these music and dances are from Michoacan. Now the dances from Tabasco and the dances and only visit the dresses of Yucatan and Jalisco. They are beautiful. And so I continued explaining while the artistic numbers continued one after another until one of the Dominican teachers with some impatience interrupted me to ask, "Hey Esther, how many Mexicos are?" There is only one country, but it has big diversity of costumes, music, for food traditions, and different realities. Mexico is color of its flag, green, white, and red, in the center of which in the national sheet that represents its pre-Hispanic origins. The Aztec people pilgrimage for many years through Mesoamerica finally found the sing of their god Huitzilopochtli to found their empire, an eagle devouring a snake. They're on an islet in the middle of Lake of Texcoco, founded Tenochtitlan in 1325, today Mexico City. Mexico is linguistic diversity. In 1521, Spain conquered Mexican territory and occupied for 3 centuries, inheriting Spanish as the official language. Currently in Mexico, 68 native language, and 364 variants are also spoken. Cultural heritage of indigenous people. It is one of the 10 countries with the largest number of native language in the world. Do you want to say something, Ramon?
Well, first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me because I'm not Mexican, but I have the chance to go there 50 years ago and I stayed there for 2 months. And in that short time, because just for 2 months, I met a lot about your culture and your country. For example, you are talking about something important, not only Mexico, I think all over the world, linguistic variety. Yes, because Mexico, when was discovered by Spanish, were almost 68 original languages or aboriginal, indigenous languages. So nowadays, the UNESCO tried that countries keep the languages, the original languages, because unfortunately, thanks to the globalization, many places or many countries, the origin, they don't want to preserve the languages. It's a pity because all are fighting in order to keep the language, to share, to transmit the language from generation to generation. Yeah, because that is the rule for life. Yeah, because we cannot erase from our life our origin. In this case, the diversity of language. We have to respect, we have to value. And now, I don't know in Mexico, but I remember when I was living in Venezuela, was compulsory, was obligatory that in the curriculum from children to study the language. Yeah, because it's really important that our new generation don't feel ashamed of that language, because it's part of our origin, you know. So you can continue, my dear. It's really important to keep
Yes.
the diversity
Sorry,
in our
I
society.
have a question, Ramon. It's big the difference between Mexico and Venezuela?
Well, I think it's not different, because when before for example, the Spanish people came, we say discover, but they didn't discover. They colonize our countries, and the for example, it's different. Don't care if you were in Mexico, in Colombia, Venezuela, Peru, but they have the same custom. I don't know why. I think it's something for nature, for God, for the universe. But in the different countries from Latin America, they have almost the same customs, just vary a little from one country to another country, because it's very common, for example, in your country, when people paint with signers the face. In other countries also, even in Brazil, Amazonia or Amazon, it's people have almost the same culture. They have a curandero. They have curanderos in all the places when we have Aborigines or indigenous. I think it's not much the difference. We have something in common.
Okay, thank you.
Excuse me, a question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hi,
For
Jose.
Hello.
my friends.
Hello, dear.
Welcome.
Hey, Elizabeth, Ramon. A question.
Hello.
A question for you. Actually, in Mexico, there is 68 language. Is spoken.
Yes.
Yes.
Currently,
Currently.
in Mexico, spoken 68 original language.
It's very people. Many people is.
No. Only people originals, indigenous.
Okay.
So
okay,
people,
okay.
for example, Juan, in this
Yes.
case, so for example, they continue keeping tradition. For example, they still living in shelters, like remember from the beginning of the history in the shelters. So the sons and daughters grow up, and they have contact, because they have to be, for example, they have to go to school, because they need to read, they need to talk, they need to study. And when they have contact with other kind of culture, they don't, sometimes they don't continue the tradition. For that reason, the old people fight, because when you go, for example, you're from Argentina, you have your same custom. You cannot lose your customs. because when you have to go to United States or to another country, no, your customs is part of you. Yeah, for doesn't
Okay.
that those people are fighting for keep the traditions.
Okay. Thank you.
Your microphone is off, Tay.
Thank you. Currently, Juanjo, currently in Mexico, 68 native language. Only 6% of indigenous people.
Okay. 6%.
6% only indigenous
Okay.
people.
Okay.
Also spoken. Yes.
Go ahead, my friend.
This language is learning in the school or is learning
No, traditional.
in family. In family.
Yes.
In family. Okay.
Yes.
This is something very sad, in fact, because all these languages are lost thing. Because unfortunately in Mexico, the people don't like speak this great language. But something very interesting that I found, is that here in Egypt, there are one school for teach Nahuatl. Nahuatl, it's a very important language in Mexico, that this is included in all these 68. Then you think how in another countries want to learn this language so important from Mexico, and in Mexico the people don't like. I love the Nahuatl and another language, but honestly I can speak any word. Well, yes, in fact, some words, because, for example, tomate, it's original from Nahuatl. And there are a lot of words in the Spanish language from Mexico that come from Nahuatl. But in fact, the language as language exactly, no. This is very sad for I think that for a lot of Spanish teacher.
And that happens. Hello, everybody.
Hello there.
And that happens all around the world, because in South America, for example, we have countries like Ecuador, like Peru, like Bolivia, which the people speak Quechua, but they don't speak that languages in the schools. They learn the language from the family, and most of the cases, the children and the teenagers doesn't want to speak that language, so it's losing.
Yes.
In Mexico, though, in schools with indigenous populations, there are a few language teachers.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. You can continue. Continue.
Okay. Excuse me. My presentation stuck.
Stop.
Well, Mexico has a large number of archaeological sites of the different cultures that inhabited Mesoamerica, such as Teotihuacan, which was the first urban center of the pre-Hispanic era. Another very important pre-Hispanic people was, for example, the Mayans. The Mayan culture, their writing system was the most developed in pre-Columbian America. They were great architects. They created a numeric system based in 20th, and with dashes and dots to represent the figures, as well as a sign to represent 0. The Mayans were great astronomers. They developed a 365-day solar calendar and a 260-day religious calendar. And Elizabeth, Ramon, do you want to comment something? The Mayans?
Yes. Now that I am living in Egypt, it's very, very interesting because, for example, here a lot of people ask me or give me some question about the Mayas. It's the principal culture that that people know here in Egypt about, from Mexico. And it's very, very similar in a lot of things that we found here in Egypt. If you remember when you was here in Egypt in the last Congress with Fer and Juan Jose, we can found a lot of things that are similar to the pyramids, to a lot of things that we find here. And well, the Mayas is and was and will be a great, great civilization. I know that yet there are people that in fact speak the language of the Mayas. Yes?
Mm-hmm.
So Elizabeth, for example, I was seeing a documentary about Mayas, and they compare the Egyptians culture with the Mayans. So why? I told you before, the indigenous from different countries has something similar, and that happened with the Mayas and the Egyptians. They had something similar. Imagine in that moment there was no communication. No, people didn't have a mobile phone in order to talk, to say, hey, I'm going to do this and that. And according to the history, the most understandable was the calendar from Mayas, because they tried to understand, to analyze the other calendars, but the first one was the Mayas, because in nowadays our years 365 days according to the Maya's calendar, yeah, because there was the most comprehensive for, you know, in order to create our civilization.
Yes, I think that we have to make a webinar speaking especially about the Egyptian culture and the Mexican culture, and especially the Mayas. I think that this will be a very, very interesting webinar. We have to make it.
Mm.
Yes, in Egypt, there is only one stepped pyramid. In Mexico, they are all like this, and there is a coincidence in latitude of their location.
Yes, in fact, and now that I have now some friends from India, and they have a lot of pyramids very similar to the Maya culture. I was talking with some friends, and they show me some pictures and other things, and it's very, very interesting. The gods that they have are very similar to the Maya culture and the Egyptian culture. It's very, very interesting.
A question, please. What is the relationship between Maya and Aztecas? What is the relationship? It's important.
Is location in Mesoamerica.
Yes,
The Maya is superior.
Más antiguo.
Older.
Older.
Older's Maya.
Yes.
Okay.
The Aztec is culture recent after before conquest Spanish.
Okay. Thank you.
But another difference is the Aztecas was a bigger civilization that Mayas.
Excuse me, can I ask a question, please?
Yes.
Yes. My colleague, the presenter, said something about Egypt, and I haven't heard it clearly. Can she revise it again, please?
Yes. Do you want to say, Ramon, please? You listen?
Okay. Yes, you want to know what is the difference between Aztecas and Maya, sir? You want to know?
No, about
the presenter said something about Egypt.
Tenochtitlan is capital of Aztec Empire. Is founded in 1325.
Okay.
Yes, and another thing, the Maya's culture and the Egyptian culture are similar because they have pyramids that is similar. Some gods are similar. In fact, well, you live here in Egypt, yes. You know the part that is close to Nile, to the Nile River. It's mural, ¿cómo se dice mural?
War.
A war when there are the Egyptian culture and the Mexican culture. I don't know if you know this war.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank
It's
you
a
for
wall,
clarification.
wall with L, Elizabeth, wall.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your clarification.
It's okay. Thank you. Can you continue, Tay, please?
Yes, the Mayan Empire had two stages. The first empire is very, very old. Excuse me.
So Esther, I don't know, you said at the beginning that it's a cultural heritage from Mexico because was recognized all over the world like a heritage from Latin America in the world.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you have.
Throughout its territory, Mexico has a large number of archaeological zones, pyramids, codices, sculptures, and monuments. Mexico has 35 registered sites on the UNESCO World Heritage List. It's the Latin American country with the highest number. In addition, UNESCO has recognized 7 expressions as intangible cultural heritage of humanity, among which the indigenous festivals of the Dia de Muertos, the ritual ceremony of the Voladores de Papantla, the mariachi, and traditional Mexican cuisine. Go ahead, Ramon.
Yes, for example, it's incredible how Mexico is recognized for the mariachi. So in all the countries from Latin America, also in some parts of Europe, it's very common to celebrate birthday with mariachi. So In the case of Brazil, I haven't heard mariachi, but people celebrate, people who study languages, for example, Spanish, English, also Portuguese, they love the cultural, the date of death. When people here celebrate, people paint their faces and celebrate the same day like Mexico. So that is very funny because how Mexico can transmit all over the world that very important culture. Yes, it's really interesting. But I don't know, it's there, and also Elizabeth, that according to the Catholic, because you are Catholic, they accepted that, or that is like a ritual without any kind of problem for the Catholic religion.
Well, in fact,
So,
the Mexican people have not any problem with the religion, with the different religion that there are in Mexico. It's
yeah, because for example, in other countries, people don't celebrate Carnival because they say that Carnival doesn't exist. That's no pagan parties. I don't know what happened with the date of death. I don't know if a ritual to remember your dead people or your dead families or friends. I don't know. That no problem with religion there. Yep, no problem.
No,
People
it's not.
celebrate
It's
like a
not.
part of
It's not a topic of religion. This is a custom. They used to remember the people who is dead. Actually, they prepare something like an altar in the houses, in each house, to wait, supposed to wait the soul of the people who is dead back to the house to taste the favorite food and the favorite beverage, and they put the pictures and all of that. It doesn't depend of the religion. It's like a culture, like a custom.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because sometimes people can confuse that with a pagan tribute.
no.
Fernanda or Elizabeth, do you want to comment about Dia de Muertos in Mexico?
Fer, do you want?
Go ahead, Ali. Go ahead, Eli.
Hello.
Hi, Anthony. Yes, well, Dia de Muertos is a very important celebration in Mexico. This celebration is in November 1 and 2. And this is for celebrate that all the people or family, friends, that when they died, they come back to visit us, or friends or family stuff. And then we prepare all the things that they like it, food and drinks and games and candies, music. And we, all the Mexican people feel very happy because we feel that our family that died is these days with us. This is very great, very important. And after this, at the second day, the people go to the, ¿cómo se dice panteones?
Cemeteries?
Cemetery.
Yes. Sorry. The people go to the cemetery.
Yes.
To say goodbye to our people that die, and wait for them for the next year. All the Mexicans love this celebration.
Well, not only Mexico, I said Mexican people around the world, because it's very funny. Yeah, it's one way to celebrate, because so in other cultures like similar, in the indigenous, they have something similar. They celebrate after 1 year the person die. They celebrate the death, not the same day. Crying, no, it's after a year they celebrate the death of that person. And in here, imagine, it's really funny to remember your parents' death with food, or whatever that person wanted, for example, drink alcohol or eat sweets or whatever, and you put like a ritual for that person to enjoy with you, it's not I think it's not a day to be sad, it's a day to be happy, because you suppose they are in this moment with you.
Yes, yes, it's true. These days we are happy, not sad.
Bueno, voy a contestar la pregunta que hicieron hace un momento. The first Mayan Empire arose 1,000 years before Christ, 1,000, and developed in Mesoamerica with other peoples. The Aztecs were the most recent people. They conquered all the peoples of Mesoamerica, except the Mayans. Okay. But the Aztecs were conquered by the Spanish in 1521. Yes?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. And Mexico have a privileged geographical localization. Mexico is located in North America. It shares a 3,000 kilometers border with the United States in the north. And the south, it borders in south with Guatemala and Belize. It has 11,000 kilometers of coast towards the Pacific Ocean and the Atlantic Ocean, which facilitates trade with Asia and Europe. It is one of the countries with the most trade agreements in the world, and its main trading partner is the United States, whose market direct is more than 70% of the exports. Mexico is color and diversity of landscapes. The Mexican territory has an area of almost 2 million square kilometers and occupy the 14th place in the world. It shows color and diversity of landscapes, forests, volcanoes, deserts, jungles, seas, islands, and peninsulas, lakes, lagoons, and waterfalls, mountains, and beautiful beaches. For example, Cancún, Playa del Carmen, Puerto Vallarta, Cozumel, Acapulco. Elizabeth, do you want to comment something about Mexican beaches?
I don't know, Esther, I don't know, Elizabeth, but when I was there, for example, I had the chance to visit Playa del Carmen. It's beautiful. The place is like a paradise. Beautiful. Also, for example, Veracruz has one of the biggest ports in Mexico, and the beaches are beautiful. Also, there is a small island, and you go by that, you make like a sightseeing in the boats, and you can see the fishes from different colors. Yeah. And something that very happened, yeah, because I went to the volcanoes Chuanar. Yes, was really amazing and interesting, because you have to walk for 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, for different, you have to go for different places. But when you go there, it's a paradise. The volcanoes is not activated nowadays, but it's incredible. It's impressive how because the volcanoes have like a water with some substance that is very good for body. It's really interesting. Yeah, some places that I met in Mexico. For that reason, Mexico has a diversity. Imagine if you were just you'd only miss snow because you have all seasons there except snowing the season when it snow like United States. But Mexico is incredible. For that reason, it's like this postcard. Yeah, I think it's a place for people to visit because I think you're going to fall in love, like me when I was there the first time. I don't know, Elizabeth, because you are Mexican.
It's true. It's true all. and Mexico is beautiful because, as told Esther and Ramon, have a lot of diversity. You can visit one beach, one mountain, the desert, all the thing that you want, or if you think today I want to visit one beach, or today I want to visit a wood, all you can find in Mexico. Mexico has, yeah, it's great. It's great. All the people have.
Eli, for example, Tabasco. Tabasco is the problem of is very hot, but Tabasco has a nice views because I remember I was at the university, public university there, Universidad de Tabasco, and around there was like a lagoons. Yes. So it's called the Green City because have a lot of lagoons and beautiful and nice places to relax, beautiful parks. So it's so interesting. Tabasco, for example, I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, no. All Mexico is great.
I love you, Acapulco.
I love all the
Acapulco and Puerto Vallarta, of course, Cancun.
Yes. There are a lot of places for visit. I talk with my husband, and we want to visit.
And in Cozumel.
Oh yes, Cozumel is great.
It's great, yes.
all Mexico. Okay, we continue.
Thank you. Let's talk.
And of course, we wait for all the friends that to be today with us to visit to Mexico. You will find a lot of friends as Esther, as Fernanda, as Ruben, as me when I be in Mexico.
Yes.
Of course. You have, as we say in Mexico, you have your home in Mexico.
Yes. And Mexico is the third country with the greatest biological diversity in the world, not only for having a high number of species, but also for its wide variety of ecosystems. Worldwide, Mexico ranks second place in reptile world, third in mammals. By the way, every year between the months of January and March, gray whales arrive on the shore of Baja California Sur, which travel dozens of kilometers from the Bering Strait to the warm Mexican waters in the Vizcaíno Desert Reserve. better now, now as the sanctuary of the great whale. Another important migration occurs at the end of the year when monarch butterflies from Canada arrive in the forests of Mexico. Mexico also ranks fourth world place in amphibians. And the most famous of them is our ajolote mexicano, a unique amphibian from Mexico that inhabits Lake Xochimilco in Mexico City. Ramon, do you want to add something?
Yeah, because Mexico, have you said, have a biodiversity. Yeah, for that reason, according to the campaigns, people have to preserve, have to take care. Yeah, for example, when it's very interesting when you watch on television the spectacle when the gray whales visit the coasts and people from different medias from television they transmit it, though they broadcast like a phenomenon in the world that only happened in Mexico. And the other one that is really interesting and they call people to enjoy is when the butterflies that come from Canada went to Mexico and in everything's changed. And for that reason, people go there to be expectable, to expect and to enjoy the how do you say that? The view, because people are not accustomed or are not used to have that kind of situation every year, just occur once a year. And sometimes people from other countries go there, go to Mexico in order to enjoy just the view of the butterflies or the whales. That's really funny and really interesting.
Yes,
Yes.
this is amazing. It's amazing. And we have to go together one day to visit the butterflies.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello, excuse me.
Yes, Anthony.
Um, I have thought in a great idea, but I'm not really sure at all if this can be approved by all this group. Why don't we create a new Congress where all the participants that we are here in the group can talk about his home country. For example, in my case, and Ramon, we can talk about Venezuela, his biodiversity, culture, language. Well, we know that's Spanish, and maybe about a little bit the situation, population, and all its target in the world. It's also, for example, you and Mr. Tay can talk about Mexico, where you are doing nowadays in this presentation. But other people that you know, for example, from Egypt, can talk about Egypt, or Ramon can talk about Brazil, and other people can talk about which country that they would like to talk about. And I think that we meet each other, we practice English, and we know more about culture and about many countries. I don't know, it's just a supposition. I don't know if it can be approved.
It's a
No,
good idea,
It's
Anthony.
it's very good idea.
yes, all are invited to make a webinar about your country.
Yes.
These have to be in English because, as you know, we have some friends in the meetings that don't speak Spanish. Then these have to be in English, but it's good. Juan Jose, you speak English. You can make a conference, a webinar about your country in English, and you
Yes.
have a lot of friends that can help you to make it, to speak about it, and it will be a good idea for God to visit you to Argentina.
Yes, of course, of course.
It-
Okay,
It's,
thank you, Anthony. Thank you,
great
Anthony.
idea,
You talk
Anthony. It's great
with
idea.
Fernanda, Elizabeth. You talk, Anthony. Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
Elizabeth.
then
Yes.
if you want, please write me to my WhatsApp. I think that all have the WhatsApp, and we organize the dates for speak about your country when you want, and we can learn more about all the countries that are visit us today, because we have friends from India, from Bangladesh, from
Yes,
Albania, and other
yes,
countries that we can learn a lot about these countries. Yes, of
very,
course.
very, very, very interesting.
Yes. Okay.
Yes. Uh, in Latin America, it is one of the countries, Mexico, with the greatest marine biodiversity. Marine ecosystems such as various coral reefs can be found of the coast. Lakes by Mexico ranks 5 in vascular plants and the 8 in birds all around. A productive country, Mexico is among the world's leading automotive exporters and auto parts, tequila, beer, flat screen televisions, telephone equipment, medical instruments, crude oil, and minerals such as gold, silver, and copper. Despite the pandemic, Mexico has not stopped producing and exporting. It is the 70th largest agricultural exporter in the world due to its productions of avocado, mango, lemon, tomato, coffee, sugar, and red fruits, among others. However, in 2020, it lost a position in the ranking of the largest economics in the world, going from position 15 to 16. Mexico, a young country, according to this census in AG 2020, Mexico has a population of 1,026,000 population. Mexico has a population of more than 1,026 million inhabitants currently. Mexico ranks 11th place in population worldwide. Mexico has undertaken major educational reforms in recent decades. Currently, compulsory education range from preschool to high school and in higher education. It has important universities such as UNAM, positioned among the 100 best in the world. As of 2019, with the new government, the Andrés Manuel López Obrador, the new principles and pedagogical guidelines for education have been proposed. The new Mexican school will be democratic, national, humanistic, equitable, comprehensive, inclusive, intercultural, and of excellence. Finally, the great challenge The great challenge of Mexico is educational quality. Mexico has a very large population and a large percentage of children and young. A high percentage of rural population and high rates the poverty. Educational policies without continuity and without considering the context and lack of equity. Allow bodies for education, science, and culture. An educational system with a complex and bureaucratic organization which represents a strong administrative burden on teachers, which takes away time to dedicate to learning. Ramon, do you want to comment something?
Yeah, because you said something about equality. Yeah, for example, 20 years ago, it was really funny because Venezuela received a group of Mexican in order to have a training, because I worked with a petroleum school from the company's petroleum company. And the Mexicans went to Venezuela in order to give a training for reading and comprehension teachers, aprender a pensar, thinking about the books, about the number 1, 2, 3, and 5. And what's really interesting, because Mexico 20 years ago was located in a good point of view according to the education, but now the university like UNAM, like other universities that are recognized all over the world, like number 1 in researches. Yeah, so and the education there is, I think, is equality, because 2 months ago I participated in a cumbre from Costa Rica, and the person said the countries who have more doctors or PhD are Brazil in the first place, and the second place were Mexico. But it's not doctor like the brief, the doctor that, okay, I'm a doctor, but I don't know anything about it. Yeah, because we can find that kind of doctors or PhD. So Mexico has good professionals that you can contact it when you read the articles in different kinds of journals, yeah, or scientist journal. So, for example, the market in Mexico is very strict. Not all people publish articles in Mexico because they are the high quality. So for that reason, I congratulate the Mexican people, because you are one example for the rest of the world according to the education. So I would like to say something, because Esther didn't talk about deeply about the food. Yeah, because Mexico is not only known in the world for culture, also for food, tacos, enchiladas, and guacamole. People around the world love guacamole. That is a typical dip from Mexican, and I think it's, for example, I love it, and if I have the time to share the recipe, you can do it, because I would like to prepare the real guacamole from Mexico.
White chile, white
So
chile.
You have to come.
there is
You have to
another
come
one.
to Mexico, Ramon. You have to come to Mexico
Ask to Juan Jose.
in
Now
July.
that,
I was there, Maria Fernanda. I was there 4 years ago. Was really interesting. It was a very nice experience. For a moment, I was in a doubt. My goodness, I'm Venezuelan or Mexican, because I identify a lot with Mexico. Maybe in other life was Mexican.
Yes, yes. It's very good. And the food, wow, it's amazing too.
Okay, okay.
Hey,
The strongest problems in Mexico have to do with poverty and inequity. And in the Mexico has a very large population. Are principal problems.
maybe Estelle, maybe I think all over the world we have many poverty people because generally government don't create ways that they find an employ, because the problem is not to give money, not to give, because no, we have to create social programs, but the social programs giving money to people. No, it's not give money, it's create employments and jobs for people, because when you give money, people are not going to work. They want to live the rest of the life waiting for the money that the government or the government is going to give you. And for that reason, the poverty is going to continue because people don't want to study, people don't want to go ahead to progress, because, oh no, I'm waiting for the money. Because here in Brazil, they have a lot of programs that every month people receive and help. What happened? No, I don't want to, because when you have 2 or 3 kids, you receive for each one money. No, my dear, people don't want to work. People just waiting for the first in order to get the money. Yeah, we create programs, but create jobs for people try to work, to try to progress, because education, in my point of view, education is the only tools people have to go ahead to progress in life. I think it's my point of view.
Ramon, here in Mexico happened exactly the same. I was watching the other day a picture in the WhatsApp, which it says, if you work, you pay taxes. If you buy something, you pay taxes. If you sell something, you pay taxes. But if you don't work, you receive money.
Sorry,
Yes,
it's a pity.
in Argentina is similar. It's similar in Argentina. In Argentina is 40 planes to receive this is money and no job. This is problem. It's similar in Argentina.
Yes.
I think in Latin America, no?
Yes. Mexico has great riches, but also great challenges. Currently, Mexico, in addition to raising the quality of education and ensuring higher education for its young people, has the great challenge of improving its public health, as well as its legal and justice system, fighting poverty in rural areas, and generate equal opportunities for all its population. Thank you very much for your attention. Thanks.
Thank you, Tay, for your time, for your topic. Was very, very interesting. Only I want to teach you one picture that I have here. It's about that we was spoke. Yes. Can you see this? Well, forget me. But this is word.
Oh.
Do you remember?
Yes, yes.
It's the Egyptian culture and the Mexican culture.
Yes. The mural.
Yes,
The wall,
It's
yeah.
beautiful.
The wall.
It's
the
beautiful.
wall.
Yes.
This,
And it's on the in the sand of the river Nilo,
yes.
Yes.
And I have
on
another
the coast
thing.
of the river
Culture
Nilo.
Mexican, the culture Mexican and culture Egyptian. Very interesting. It's beautiful.
Yes, I want to show you another thing. Give me a second. Can you see?
I beautiful remember.
Yes. Can you see it now? Well, this is my friend, but I want that you
I
check
don't know.
the wall. Yeah, how start with the Mexican culture. This is all the wall for the people that don't know this place. All the Mexican culture, we start to the center of the wall. There are the Egyptian culture and the Mexican culture, and
Yes.
on another side, all the Egyptian culture. And with my friend as model.
And your friend doesn't know that she is the model in this video.
Yes, and he's the encounter of the Mexican and Egyptian civilization. It's a very nice place. I love it. And here we can see how is similar the cultures.
Yes.
Can see
This is
the
in
guy.
El Cairo, Elizabeth.
Yes.
This is in
You
the
don't go
El
to
Cairo.
place, Juan Jose?
No,
No.
he didn't
Oh.
go there because
Juanjo
No.
before.
no,
Juan, sorry, you don't.
Juanjo arrived 2 days after we visited that place. He didn't go
Yes,
there.
but
Yes,
I
Okay,
I
okay.
went with Juan Jose to another place. Not, we don't go to this place.
No,
No,
no.
after.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Now that you come back,
Here, this is
do you
you
remember?
shopping with me.
Yes, we went to shopping. Mm?
Con de esencias. Cuando fuimos a
Yes, from Gamal.
Amán. Amán.
Yes, this is a very, very nice wall. I'm sorry, Juan Jose.
Okay, okay.
You have to come because I am talking with one doctor. He works in one hospital, and I talk with him about you and an app. We have to talk, but I have no time yet, but we have to talk about it because I am preparing one topic and one congress for one hospital for you here in Egypt.
Hey, I am wearing a t-shirt with a Mexican picture. It's for you. Look at this.
Oh,
Ah, okay.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's Frida
Frida Kahlo, yep.
Kahlo. Yes.
Yes.
Frida Kahlo. Mhm.
Okay, well, that's all.
Well,
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for the invitation to participate in this webinar. Thank you very much.
We are very happy to that
And
we,
thank you, Ramon, my teacher.
You're welcome, my dear. You're welcome.
And Fernanda and Ramon are teachers English. My teacher.
The next is for Juan Jose.
Ajá, ahí
we will
está.
be the next one to say.
Ay, faltaba la cosa esa. Ah, y ese
You will be-
cerebro.
Nos
Qué lindo.
extrañaba.
La estaba pasando bien el domingo, mira vos.
Okay, well, we
The
will
next,
see.
the next
You are-
Sunday, no, please, because we are going to have a congress. Remember, Polyestudios Congress we have from 9 a.m. to
Oh, yes.
No.
7 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. So, and
Yes.
next Sunday is not possible for me.
Yes, no, the next weekend I can't because it's the day that I have the conference, the next
Mhm.
Sunday.
Sunday.
No,
Oh, no possible. The next Sunday, it's
Yes.
your turn, Juan
In
Jose.
2 weeks.
The next Sunday. The next Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Next Sunday.
Good luck, Juanjo.
We will wait for you, Juan Jose.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's exactly Sunday, June 6th.
June 6th and June 5 is
The meeting of the
the
environment.
meeting.
Yep.
Mhm.
But this is okay. Okay.
You have time. Okay, very good. Thank you. See you, my friends. See you.
Okay.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Bye bye.
My
Congratulations.
friends.
Juan, Salame.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
Lucas Ali, thank you. And everybody, thank you very much.
Juan Salame, qué gusto verte, amigo.
Hello, Juan.
You have your microphone off.
Excuse me, Juan. Excuse me, Juan, for my English is
Juan, you have your microphone
bad,
off.
but
Turn on, que tienes el micrófono apagado.
Perdón, sorry. No, but my English is poor. It's not good.
Oh, no,
But,
it's perfect.
I understand you.
Don't worry. We have here, Ramon and me are teachers. So
Yeah.
any way that you need, we are going to help you.
Okay.
Igualmente, Juan, no lo prendas, es el micrófono, te va a servir, Juan. Decirle que no escuchas nada, que no escuchas. Tu salud.
No oigo nada.
No. Para tu
hello,
salud.
hello, Santosh Kumar. Thank you.
Hi, Santosh. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. How are you all?
Fine. It's very late for you now, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. How are you all?
What time is there, Santosh?
Ma'am, here it is exactly 11:45 p.m.
11. Oh.
11:45 p.m., ma'am.
1:45 de la mañana. Llevan 4 horas y media. They have 4 hours and a half more than here in Egypt.
4 more hours?
4 hours and a half, 4 horas y media, more than here in Egypt. If here in Egypt there are the 8:15 in
India
the
it's
place
12.
Santos, there are the
Yes,
12:45.
Okay,
Thank you,
ma'am.
thank you, Santos. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining
ma'am.
us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And Anthony, thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you,
Thank you,
Juan.
ma'am.
See
Thank
you
you.
soon. See you in 2
Yeah, it's a
weeks.
pleasure.
The next week we will have a congress or we'll be busy, but
Yes.
in 2 weeks we will see you again. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Juan,
Okay.
please, if you
Thank you.
speak English a bit or a lot, please come with us to share something, all that you want.
Santosh,
Yeah, sure.
you must have to learn Spanish.
Yeah, sure. I will learn. I will learn.
Fernanda is a Spanish teacher too, same that me.
Yes, in English. My teacher in English. My teacher in English.
Yes.
And my future teacher.
Oh.
Your future teacher. Okay.
Okay. Excellent, Juan.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Juan, we will see next
June
Thursday, no?
5. El 5 de junio.
No, 27.
Yes.
Yes.
The
webinar.
The webinar.
Yes, in the morning.
Yes, for you in the morning.
In the
with
morning.
Brazil and Portugal.
Yes. Opportunity is in the Spanish.
Yeah. Well,
No,
in
porque-
Spanish
no, porque
and
luego-
in Portugués.
Luego
O
porque,
Brazilian.
no,
o
porque luego
Brazilian.
nos empiezan a hablar en portugués y ahí sí ya me perdí.
Ok, bueno, nos vemos. Thank you, thank you.
Nos
Juan.
vemos.
See
Bye
you.
See
bye.
you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Nos vemos. Bye.
Bye.